Okay, happy Monday. A few announcements and then we'll get into our call. So Thursday, the 22nd. So this Thursday in 3 days is our team's virtual Christmas party. It's going to be so much fun. We're doing it with a lot of other Jules, with Laura Robinson, Adrian, my sponsor. We're doing it with Katie Chigarelli is doing, we're all like participating. Who else? Steph Farron, she is an emerald. We're doing it with Sable Victory, who is an emerald. We're doing it with Lindsay. I can't remember her last name, but she's an emerald. So lots of jewels. We're all under Laura Robinson. And so we all like kind of combined. And we're going to have all kinds of fun games and prizes. And Laura is going to do this really fun, like recognition piece. Based off of like numbers of like how many ads people did in 2022. We're gonna do like a best dressed giveaway. So come like super festive if you want to be like in the running for that. Come with like a hot, cozy drink or your favorite drink, whatever that is. And just come to have some fun. It'll probably last, I'm thinking around 30 to 60 minutes, probably an hour, I would think. But it's just gonna be a fun time of like getting together and having fun, and you'll have a chance to win a fun prize sent to you at your house. And then our 50 to 100 person, whichever one you chose, reach out is starting the Monday after Christmas, so 1 week from today, and is going to run through January 6th, which if you're doing the 50 person reach out, that's less than 5 people a day. If you're doing the 100 person reach out, I think it's like 8 people a day. So it's very doable in my opinion, especially if you're doing the prep work this week. So this week, if you're on the team page, like look for the prep post for the day. There's one for today. There'll be one each day this week, at least for like 3 or 4 of them. And they'll give you really good, helpful tips to prep so that come Monday, you're going to be able to enjoy your Christmas, all the things, and then you'll all be all ready. So that on Monday, because you'll have prepped like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you'll be all set to run into this 50 person challenge. You might have saw my live on the team page, but if not, and just in case you haven't heard this yet, I know I say it kind of a lot, but just in case, for newer people, but this reach out we started, so Jordan, Emily, and I started this 6 years ago. So this is our 6th annual reach out. We started 6 years ago. We were senior golds, and we had like a crappy December, honestly. I just remember it was hardly any people like joined. It was like so slow. And we just really wanted to end the year with massive action and started off really, really strong. And so that was why we did that. And then we all offered anyone on our teams, we did a prize for whoever completed it. We did $50 cash for each person who completed it, which was like a lot for a senior gold. But I had 5 people complete it. Jordan had, I think, like 7 people complete it, maybe. Emily had 0 people do it, which is super funny now. It was very sad at the time because we felt so sad for her because she had like no runners. But it was okay because she did it. And in January, we all had like massive Januaries, and then we all ranked up like soon after. So Emily and I went Ruby in February, and then Jordan went Ruby in like, I don't know, I think it was like March, but then she went senior Ruby like the next month. It was like boom, boom. We all earned like the top convention prize. We all earned silver stars that year. And so I think a lot of that though came from like just being in massive action. And so that's why I'm really excited about this challenge. And I just want to encourage you all to do it. And like, think of Emily, if you have no one on your team running with you yet, because you will. That January, she ended up having Kara Carrington join her for the business, and Kara is now a emerald on her team. And so that's kind of cool to know that like fruit came from it. Excuse me. And then part of the 50 person or the reach out challenge that I think helps your challenge go so much better is being really, really intentional with your social media, like posting every day. I'm personally planning to post every single day on my timeline, one Plexus post and one personal post. And just to like really be just really consistent with those posts, especially because we know not everyone even sees all of our posts. And so for the rest of the year, that's my plan, and putting Plexus in my stories among the life stuff every single day outside of like, Christmas. Because that draws more, the more people are seeing the things that you're posting, the more open they're going to be. What am I trying to say? They're usually more open if they're seeing you post about it rather than just getting a message. And Brittany, I loved your example. She shared how she reached out to someone who had her first reach out was because they saw her stories and then they never responded. And then she followed up from that reach out with because they liked her post. And then she signed someone. Yay, it's new business builder. Way to go, Brittany. And so the consistency of that social media is also going to help you throughout the challenge, especially if you feel like you're like, how am I even going to write 100 names down? Which the prep days will help you with that. But also, you never know who will come that you can even add to your list midway through the challenge because they saw your stories or liked your post and you decided to reach out to them. So those are the two big things that are, and we have a really awesome stories event to end the year off that's going to really help you too with that reach out challenge that we're partnering up with Jordan and Emily's team. It's going to be on Facebook in a group. It's on the 29th, Thursday night. It's 1 hour long. It's going to be full of like stories, and we're going to have some giveaways. The page is already up. We already have the welcome post up that you can tag people in who want to come. That's going to be on the 29th. And so the reach out challenge and the Christmas party. So I hope you all are going to be on the Christmas party. It's going to be so much fun. Okay, so tonight's call is going to be just super simple. I mostly talked about announcements, but this part, I really want us to make sure we go into 2023 with a vision board, because I'm going to share with you really fast, hopefully. Wait one sec. Let me pull up. I want to share a vision board that I made in 2016. Let me find it. All right, let me share my screen just for fun because so many of the things have happened. Okay, so hopefully you can see that. That was my vision board that I created on some app. It was before Canva. Now I use Canva. And I got most of those pictures from Pinterest. And of course look at my babies are so little. That was before Steele was born. And these were all like representations of my goals and dreams. So I found pictures of like I was doing this for my family. So I had my family on there. The money picture with the medical thing on it, that just represented medical bills that I wanted to pay off. The fruit and veggies, I wanted to be able to afford all organic groceries. The car is my Lexus, which I chose the lifestyle bonus rather than Lexus, or I would have a Lexus. The house, buying a house. What else? The emerald jewel, to go emerald. So many, and like the plane, like traveling and like vacation, like those, they're all representing, I think I don't remember the diamond ring. I don't know if that was to go diamond. Honestly, don't remember, or if that was because I wanted a new wedding ring. I don't remember. But I love this vision board because, okay, so what I did is I printed it off. I made it and then I printed it off. I didn't have a printer, so I just like went to like a local print shop and had them print it off for me in like 8x11 cardstock. And then I saw it every day, and like I've hung it on my wall. Like I still have it in my totes. I was going to dig it out to show you all, but I didn't feel it's somewhere. I don't even know, but it's somewhere in storage. And it was like, I remember making it, and I remember almost like making fun of myself a little bit. Like, I mean, is this, and I didn't like voice this. It's just like inside, like, is this really possible? Like, these are such big, like I think, cause it was 2016. So I was a gold. I think, when I made this. Um, yes, I was gold because I went senior gold in 2017. So I was gold. Um, and it just seemed like so far off, like almost hilarious. I was making this like vision board of like things that I wondered and almost like a little doubted a little bit whether I could even achieve these. But I think someone in our upline, I don't know, someone was like, make a vision board. And so I made a vision board and I printed it off so I could see it every day. And I promise you, it really does work. Because what you focus on expands. What you keep in front of you, the Bible says, without a vision, the people perish. Like a vision, it's so important. Especially like it's so important because a lot of the times like we're working our business and we're not seeing that fruit right away, or we had a hard day, or someone was like really rude, or they told us no, or like our dream teamer that was gonna like go to the top, they quit because pink drink kept them up at night, or I don't know, some random things. So we all have those days. And when we have this, like when we can see it every day, it reminds us why we're doing this, why we're doing the hard things, why we're willing to grow, why we are willing to get outside of our comfort zone. And it keeps us doing the things, the small, everyday, daily action steps, IPA, that will eventually help us hit those goals. And so for the rest of the time on this call, I am just, let me stop this share. For the rest of the time on this call, I just wanted us all to work on our vision board. And like, I'm not really going to talk, but if you have questions, you can, ask any questions. And I'm just going to go. So, because last, no, 2 weeks ago, we wrote down, like we were writing down our goals for the next 90 days for 2023. And so you can refer to that. Or if you haven't yet written out, like, and this doesn't have to be, I think it's really important. I think it's really important to have goals with like timelines. Like that is important. You can't just be, oh, I want this, and not have like a deadline. Like that's really important. But it's also okay to put dreams on your dream board that that might not necessarily be in 2023, if that makes sense. Because like maybe you just started and you want to be diamond, like most likely diamond wouldn't probably not happen by next year. I mean, it's possible, but like you don't have to, you can put diamond on there even though you're not necessarily pushing for it in 2023. But I would encourage you to also have some in there that are going to be like I like to include like smaller ones, bigger ones, so things that you are going for in 2023, but then also maybe like a big huge goal that may or may not be in 2023, but that's in your heart, a dream that you have for your family. And I'm just going to go to Pinterest and I'm going to find some pictures that like have to do with whatever I wrote down on my dream board or my list. And then I'm just going to make a collage, and then I'm going to print it out because I haven't done this in a while. And I need a new dream board because like once, especially too, as you see dreams happening, like, your why changes and all of that, and you kind of have to shift. And it's so important to always have like a why and a vision. And so let's just make our dream board. It's so fun to like dream of all the things that we're working towards. You can even do like a physical, you can get like, if you have magazines and things, you can cut them out, and you can even do that with your kids. That's fun. I don't have magazines. I remember I had like a whole pile of them. One time someone gave them to me. It was like years ago, like probably around the time I made my dream board. And I was like, oh, I could use these to make my dream board. And that didn't happen. I mean, like, I'm not the kind of person who just sits down and cuts things out. It sounds amazing. And I love that concept, but the app works better for me. So that's what I did. the cool thing about this is you can like start it and then just be working on it throughout the rest of this month. Because sometimes it takes, I like it to be just so, like that's just how I am. And if you're not that way, that's totally fine. But for me, it sometimes takes me a little bit to like get the perfect picture that really represents what I'm wanting. Um, and so I'll probably be working on mine throughout. My plan is to have it all done and printed out by the new year. So January 1st, it's on my wall and I'm going to see it every day. And like I've included like quotes on mine. Because I made a few here and there, or like a Bible verse that really like maybe you love as a theme for your business. Um, so it's kind of fun too to add those in. A fun thing can be to ask your kids like or your family like or tell them like, hey, I'm making my dream board. I think it's I really I want to do this year. I haven't done ever done this yet, but I want to help them make their own dream boards because I think that would be really fun and help them start that process and stick it on their wall. Um, but a fun thing could be like, hey, I'm making my dream board. Um, what would be something that you would love to see happen that my business could help us like do or like accomplish or whatever. And so that could be a fun thing too, like have a family like dream that goes on your board. also like your vision board, it doesn't have to have some like massive thing. Like you can, don't think you can't put something on there because it's silly or you feel like it is, because there's literally nothing. Like maybe one of your dreams is you can buy fancy coffee every day. Like that was one of mine. It's expensive, and that's not something I could do if, I mean, I don't buy it every day, but almost. My one weakness. Just kidding. Um, but that was a big deal to me. And so like that's okay. Like you know, it doesn't have to be like a house if that's not, you know, one of yours. Okay, we're at 5:30, so we'll go ahead and wrap it up. Um, Colt told me the other day, he's like, we need to get how do you say it? Lagini. I was like, do you mean a Lamborghini? He was like, yeah, we need one. I was like, why do we need one? He's like, because our cars are old which they're not, but so that's probably going to be on his vision board, a Lamborghini. I don't even know how he knew what that was, but that was hilarious. All right, you all, thank you so much for hopping on. Does anyone have any questions about like anything coming up or need any troubleshooting with like your vision board? Terry Savelle Foy has really good videos on this, on like why to do a vision board, what not to do when you're doing your vision board, or like they're really helpful. And so I would encourage you to go watch those as well as you're creating yours. And then we're going to do our last book study right now. So if you're in our book study, just stay on this link and we'll start in a couple minutes. Thanks, you all. Have a good night.